In 10 minutes, you can make a cup that looks like coffee but won't keep you awake. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the smell of something roasted, deep, nutty, slightly sweet, with an earthy edge that feels like home. That's the scent I'm thinking of tonight. Roasted dandelion and chicory poured hot into a favorite mug. Welcome to Earthy Remedy, your space for natural remedies, real food, and everyday wellness. I'm Fiona Tomlinson, co-host and nutritionist. Tonight, we explore a simple roasted root tonic, dandelion and chicory, that gives you the ritual and flavor of a warm roasted cup without caffeine or the jittery edge. I'll share a little history, what the science and tradition say, and then guide you through a slow, follow-along recipe you can make right now if you'd like. Picture this. It's late afternoon, your to-do list is still there, and you reach for another coffee because you crave focus. Many of us have learned the hard way that more caffeine isn't always the answer. It often costs sleep or nudges anxiety up. So, what do we replace the ritual with? Something that feels like a treat, that smells like comfort, and that supports digestion without the stimulant effect.
That's exactly where our roasted root tonic comes in.
A quick bit of history. People in parts of Europe and North Africa have roasted roots and grains as coffee substitutes for centuries, sometimes out of necessity, sometimes by choice. Roasting concentrates sugars and browning reactions, which gives that satisfying caramelized nutty note. That roasted flavor tricks our brain into this feels energizing, even when there's no caffeine. That's actually fascinating. Perception matters a lot. Now, a little on what the plants bring. Dandelion root contains bitter compounds and inulin-type fibers. Chicory is notably high in inulin. Inulin acts as a prebiotic, feeding friendly gut bacteria over time. Bitters, whether from roots, greens, or herbs, stimulate digestive secretions, saliva, stomach juices, and bile, which can ease bloating and help meals move along. Some studies show low-dose bitters can speed gastric emptying, small effect but measurable. The research is evolving, so let's try things gently. What this means in plain terms is the tonic can help you feel settled after a meal and give you a grounded ritual without spiking your nervous system. You might be wondering, what about caffeine? Good question. This blend is caffeine-free. The feeling of clarity often comes from warmth, aroma, and ritual, plus the roasted flavors themselves, not from stimulants. Why dandelion plus chicory? Dandelion gives depth and an earthy bitterness. Chicory adds body and a sweet, toasty note when roasted. Together, they mimic the fullness of coffee while offering digestive support. If you prefer something milder, use just chicory or add a little roasted barley for roundness. I'll give substitutions during the recipe so you can tailor it. A quick sourcing note. If you're foraging dandelion roots, avoid roadsides, treated lawns, and areas frequented by pets. Otherwise, good quality dried or pre-roasted roots from a trusted seller are an excellent start. Okay, let's move to the kitchen. I'll read the ingredients slowly so you can write them down or follow along. The full recipe is in the show notes as well. Ingredients for 1 cup. 1 cup of water. 2 tablespoons coarsely chopped roasted dandelion root. 2 tablespoons coarsely chopped roasted chicory root. Optional, 1 teaspoon raw honey or 1 pitted medjool date for sweetness, and a splash of oat or almond milk for creaminess. Equipment, a small roasting pan or sheet if you're roasting raw roots, a small pot, a spoon, a fine mesh strainer or tea infuser, and a mug. If you have pre-roasted roots, skip ahead. Start at the simmer step and use the shorter timing I'll give. For fresh roots, we'll roast first. Step 1. If your roots are raw, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. Spread chopped roots in a single layer on a baking sheet. Roast for about 20 to 30 minutes, stirring every 8 to 10 minutes so they color evenly. You're aiming for deep golden brown to a darker nutty color. Avoid charring. You'll know they're ready when the kitchen fills with that warm, toasty smell and the pieces look dry and slightly shrunken. Step 2. Let the roasted roots cool briefly. They crisp up and deepen in aroma. If you used pre-roasted roots, move to step 3. Step 3. Pour 1 cup of fresh water into your small pot and bring it to a gentle boil. While it heats, measure 2 tablespoons each of the roasted dandelion and roasted chicory into your infuser or a small container. Step 4. When the water reaches a gentle boil, add the roots and lower the heat so the liquid simmers. Small bubbles, not a rolling boil. Simmer gently for 6 to 8 minutes. Listen for that subtle bubbling. Let it whisper, not roar. Step 5. Remove the pot from heat and let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes to round the flavors. Then strain into your mug. Take a moment to inhale the steam. Notice the deep, warm color. Step 6. Taste. If it feels too bitter, add a teaspoon of honey or dissolve a pitted date in the cup. For creaminess, stir in a splash of warmed oat milk. Adjust the next batch based on this one. Step 7. Common mistakes. Don't boil aggressively for long periods. That extracts unpleasant burnt bitterness. Don't over-roast to charring. And if you have a ragweed or Asteraceae allergy, sip a small taste first and wait an hour. Step 8. Storage. Keep brewed tonic in the fridge up to 3 days and reheat gently on the stove. Store dry roasted roots in an airtight jar away from light for several months. Step 9. Best time to drink? Late afternoon or early evening when you want a calming ritual, or after meals to support digestion. Make it part of a small nightly habit if you like. 2 easy variations. Simmer a peeled apple quarter with the roots for a sweeter, fruitier cup. Remove the apple before drinking. Or make a latte by frothing warm oat milk and adding it to the strained tonic with a pinch of cinnamon. Now, a careful safety note. If you have known ragweed or Asteraceae allergies, dandelion may provoke a reaction. If you take medications, especially diuretics, lithium, or drugs metabolized by the liver, check with your clinician before daily use. During pregnancy or breastfeeding, it's wise to consult a healthcare provider before adding herbal routines regularly. And if you have cholestatic liver disease or a bile duct issue, talk to your clinician because bitters affect bile flow. If in doubt, taste a small sip and wait. If nothing happens, you can enjoy a cup and observe how you feel over a few days. Before we close, hold your real or imagined mug. Feel the warmth. Breathe in the steam. Note one flavor. Perhaps a toasted sweetness or a bright bitter at the back of your tongue. This is your signal to slow down. Small, consistent actions add up. Bitters and prebiotic fibers can support digestion over time, and the ritual itself lowers stress, which helps the whole system. Slowly, kindly. We'd love to hear how your tonic turned out. Send us a voice message or DM with your tweaks. Did you try the apple version or the oat latte? What did you change? Your notes help the community. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Earthy Remedy so you don't miss future kitchen rituals. The full written recipe, sourcing notes, and a printable recipe card are in the show notes. Thank you for sharing this cup with me. Remember, listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference. Until next time, take a deep breath, savor a warm sip, and be kind to yourself.